Greetings, salutations, and welcome to, hold on just a second, we'll play the intro video real quick.
What is it you pray for?
Sorry, that's what happens when you're drinking a soda and you forget, and you're looking down instead of looking at the countdown.
Indeed. So, to recap, greetings, salutations, and welcome to the 108th episode of Jesus Christ, we're all off today.
See, I knew something
Abyssal
was going to
Musings.
go on. I knew something was going to happen because the countdown went too smooth. The countdown went. It happened right this time.
It
So I
happened
knew
right the
something was
last
gonna
week too.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. I had that shit fixed last week. Anyway,
It didn't.
welcome to
Anyway,
the show, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Samuel the Infamous, and with me is my co-host Lawrence Knight. How you doing, buddy?
Salutations and greetings.
Indeed. We are currently live. I wasn't sure we were going to be because I did some. Obviously, you guys can see that I've been dicking around with my avatar a little bit. And when you change your avatar or your profile picture on Twitter, if you have a blue check mark, which I do because that's the only way you can stream on there, it hides your blue check mark and you lose like access to half of the perks for however long it takes them to check and make sure that your PFP is not something like CP or whatever. And so I wasn't sure it was going to be ready for tonight because I just changed this like 2 days ago, but it is. So we're up, we're live, we're on Twix, we're on Rumble, we are on YouTube. Welcome in, everybody. We have a show for you tonight. Before we get into that, I am going to say hello to the chat real quick. Got to get the housekeeping and the greetings and all of that stuff underway. First, as usual, we have Lawrence Knight. We've got Ryan from Legion Games 2076 for second. I see Jacob Gallo for third. We've got BTK in the chat. Hello, man. It's not so much that the podcast is anti-Shadow of Hawk. It's that I like giving the kids shit personally. We've got Aaron Laura with us. Howdy, Beak. Good to see you, man. Old Blindy in the chat. And I think that's everybody so far. Welcome in, everybody. Glad to see y'all. If you are just coming in, whether you are on Twix or Rumble or YouTube, wherever you're at, when the chats come in, I will highlight them as they show up so that you can see that we see you and all that. But anyhow, how's it going?
Hey, it's going good. And folks, do we have a night for you? So I suspect that Devil will probably be along sometime tonight.
Yeah, he will be.
I'll jump ahead to the end. So tonight we will be having Monsters Ball. Tonight's main event, it will be Krampus against Marvel's very own demon, Mephisto.
Interesting.
Yep. But before any of that happens, we've got about 3 news articles, and then we've got a few special segments that I'll get into and bring up when it's time. We also have a list of Christmas fails. So complete with photos. I've checked 1 or 2 just to make sure, that they were, photos and not just like, just written stories. And they are. They're photos. So, and I stopped there because I want to be a surprise along with everybody else. And then we have basically, so I watched Alien Romulus for the first time, maybe about a week ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. I enjoyed it. It was better than I thought it was going to be. But there's another movie that I was going to watch. I just couldn't bring myself to do it because I thought it was going to be too silly, and that's Crack Coon.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet, though. I don't want to know details because I am planning on watching that.
Well, I looked up IMF DB WXYZ, whatever the hell it's called, and it has like a bunch of photos on there, and I realized the photos literally take you from the beginning of the movie all the way to the end. They're like stills that take you, and I kind of checked through it, and it's like you see the raccoon attacking people, the crackoon. It looks more like a
Yeah.
midget werewolf.
I wasn't aware that was out yet. Otherwise, I'd have gone out of my way to watch it by now. Ladies and gentlemen, we first heard about that movie last year, right after, or not last year. Actually, it was last year, but it was real early on last year, and it was only like a month, I think, after Cocaine Bear did its run in. Because there was a bunch of movies involved drugged up animals attacking people that were announced at the very least. A lot of them I think aren't happening, but I was pretty sure that Crackoon was going to happen. But I've been waiting for this movie for a while now. I didn't
Oh,
even
it
know it was
did. And I watched the trailer, and the way the guys were talking with the dialogue, the drug dealers, it wasn't like, oh man, we're getting chased by the cops, well, like, well, shoot, we got the drugs, what are we gonna do? Toss it. It was like, oh no, we have drugs. What are we going to do?
I can't fucking
Oh,
wait,
we
dude.
have to toss it. Get rid of it. Open the window and toss it. That's how they were talking.
Remind me to show you the trailer for like the Space Crabs movie that I saw.
Space crabs.
Yeah, they're like plastic fucking crab toys that eat people. It's really funny.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like the crabs that you get on your groin from not using protection.
No. These are like full on, crabs, but from outer space that eat people.
If you think about it though, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, it would be if they weren't all plastic toys.
But you know what? There is a B horror movie of something of a group of people locked in a toy store, and all those toys go try to kill them.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
gotta watch that one too.
Well, the movies I'm talking about, man, aren't even B. They're like F movies. It's like B movies have some production value.
But yeah, it is what it is, man. It's it makes me excuse me. It makes me curious about 2025, and I kind of did a little bit of digging, and there's some horror movies. I mean, they're hitting the ground running with the horror movies. There's like one on January 3rd called The Damned. Not sure if it's an American movie or not. Looks very interesting though. It's made by the same people who made Evil Dead Rise.
I didn't watch any of the remake Evil Dead movies. I'm going to stick with the old ones, I think. But I mean, they got a lot of accolades and stuff. But you know what that is? Probably the reason that horror movies are kind of feeling a bit of a resurgence lately is because, so as we all know, the attitude and the temperature in Hollywood is shifting quite a bit recently, and particularly in light of certain events happening, like P. Diddy being under indictment, that kind of thing, and everybody connected to him. And so filmmakers are trying to move away from the direction they had been going, which has been losing them a lot of money. The problem is that tends to be a very slow process, and in Hollywood's pulse, or a finger on the pulse, is usually about 2 or 3 years behind where it needs to be. So horror movies, on the other hand, though, are generally low budget. They're generally really easy to make. They don't cost a lot. And you can pump them out left and right, and so they would probably be the easiest genre to make that shift with, which is probably why you're going to see quite a few new horror movies coming out soon, as opposed to other kinds of things, because a lot of those the big budget stuff, the like A movies, I guess, if you will, are having so a lot of those things take a long time to make, right? And for a lot of them, they're already in the can. It's kind of too late not to put them out. If they don't put them out, they're going to lose even more money than if they. It's a whole thing. But horror movies, I think, are going to be where you're going to see that change first, away from what people describe as woke Hollywood.
Well, if you remember, you and I had this discussion about 2.5 years ago when I told you exactly what you just said, almost word for word.
Why would I remember a conversation we had 2.5 years ago, man?
I'm just announcing that, yeah, I told you that, Sam, because I know you don't
Okay,
remember. But
I'm gonna have to take
but
your word for
here's
it.
but here's the other thing. Well, I was involved with not the Screen Actors Guild, but there's some film organizations when I was living in LA that I was a part of, and so that's the whole thing with movies and stuff. Is people don't know, you got to be careful with some movies that that get released because the media will say, "Oh, this movie was horrible and it was horribly made, and this and that." But what they don't know is that studios intentionally make a certain amount of crappy movies as a tax write-off, and then they'll have that one blockbuster movie that actually pays for the studio for the entire year.
Mhm.
So,
Well, and there's some guys who just make their entire living on the tax write-off stuff. Like Uwe Boll, for example, films all of his stuff using German and Romanian tax laws, and he intentionally films them so that they will fail, so he can write them off. He's made a ton of money doing that shit over the years.
you know what we should do? As he starts coming out with stuff, we should all start watching him and make him really successful. So that
I
so
do
he
watch, not his movies. His movies are really fucking bad, but like I do watch a lot of that kind of thing.
because he'd be like, no, no. He'd be outside the movie theater. Don't go in. Don't watch the movie. Watch Crackoon.
Yeah, yeah, and for context, for people who like, if y'all remember the oh, what was the name of that movie? It's based on a video game. Um,
Shoot, which
yeah,
one?
now I can't remember. It's
A
Dead
whole lot of
something or other. It was
whole lot
yeah.
of movies based off of video games.
No, I understand. This was the name of it was Dead something. There's a shooter video game, and there's also a pinball machine that's named after that or in that franchise, and I can't remember what it is. Anyway, it's a really really terrible movie. It's about a rave on an island that gets infested with zombies,
Oh,
and it's super fucking bad.
Dead Island, I think it's called
It
Dead
might be.
Island or
I'm not.
something Island. I know what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
I'm not sure. But there's this Asian chick in it who's running around in an American flag bikini the entire time, and she's just screaming her head off and totally useless until like the last 10 minutes of the movie when she picks up two Uzis and is suddenly a kung fu badass for no reason. Like it's that bad.
Yeah, I didn't watch that movie all the way through, but I think I know what game you're talking about. It's
Mhm.
either Dead Island or Island of the Dead or something like that. It's a whole series.
House of the Dead. That's it. It's House of the Dead.
Was it House of the Dead? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
they had that one too, but there's another one that was there's another one with an island and it's based off a video game also.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
House of the Dead is well, it's a cult favorite, I think, in arcades when arcades were a big thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it was a great fun shooter, and there was a pretty decent pinball machine made out of it. But that movie is one of the single worst things I've ever seen, and I watch a lot
Oh
of really bad stuff.
yeah. Inclusive The Last of Us.
Yeah, well, yeah, that
They're
being a
not really
TV series
zombies though
is
in The Last of Us. They're more like mutants.
well, they are and they aren't. The whole Last of Us concept, aside from all the gay shit that came out later, is based on a real life fungus called cordyceps.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it's essentially it does turn these people into zombies. They're more or less just fleshy like mechs for these fungus to go around and do what fungus do.
Which is do fungus things.
Yes.
Which is not very fungus for its victims.
Yeah, you could say that movie's not a very fun guy.
No. But moving right along. Sorry, folks. I am in this garage and I'm allergic to dust, and there's dust in this doggone garage. So here's article number 1. So we all know the old adage of a young woman with with an old sugar daddy, and she's basically waiting for the sugar daddy to kick the bucket.
Yeah,
Well,
gold digger.
this young influencer she's facing some backlash because her sugar daddy is in a hospital bed, and she's sitting there dancing, talking about she was able to convince him to put her in his will.
I thought this was just a meme.
No,
Like
Miss-
like like the whole thing was staged, is what I'm getting at from what I heard.
I don't think so. For for an actual newspaper to be reporting it, no, she really did this. So let's see. Okay, there's music.
I got in the will.
Hey, young social media. And here's the thing with me. Even if you wanted to stage something, why in your right? Why would you want to do that? Because even if it's staged and she says it's staged, nobody's gonna believe her. And the old
Yeah.
man's gonna cover for her, so nobody's gonna believe him.
No, that's true. I'm looking at it and I'm you're right. There's no reason to do something like this aside from like social media clout, right? The only reason that somebody would do something like this is that the issue is like, does this old guy have like previous family? Does he have children? Does he have siblings or whatever who might stand to inherit something or whatever? And if that's the case, she's already going to have problems being tied up in court for years
Yeah, it says
if she
that
is in the will.
it says that people assumed it was a joke, but it's
Yeah.
not.
So he says I can fix her.
Aurora doesn't
um,
say to share what her boyfriend was in the hospital for, but it appears he's now out. He's like, surprise, bitch. Anyway, how can I repay him for spending 20K on Cartier for me? Wow.
well, you can maybe not do TikToks where you're celebrating the fact that you think he's going to die soon and leave you a bunch of fucking money. I mean, maybe do that. You know?
Yeah, and he may have been out of it. I mean, not really knowing what she was doing. 22
Uh-huh.
years old, dancing in the caption saying, "Guy, I got on the wheel. Should I pull the plug?" Why would you even joke like that? As she frolicked inches away from where her boyfriend, whom she claims is 85, laying in a hospital bed surrounded by medical devices. Another clip
That's not
posted.
even
Hmm?
that's not even like TikTok shit, man. That's Reddit shit.
Another clip posted by the Toronto-based social media star Canada. Oh, Canada. In the same
You-
hospital room, showed her kneeling over and kissing her elderly boyfriend's hand before jumping up and dancing to Odatari's song "Keep Up" with lyrics that say "Keep up, I'm too fast, push my foot up on that pedal, then I'm gone, good, 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 gone, gone, gone." Okay.
oh, man, she's Canadian, dude. All she's got to do is wait. The state will pull the plug for her.
Wow. Dude, and you say that just as this happens.
Oh no, she's been here for a minute. She's been here for a minute. Hi, Lou.
I lose.
It's true though.
uh, did you watch Lou's video? Did you watch her did you watch her show?
I have actually not been watching a lot of YouTube this week, so no, I didn't catch it.
Shame on you. Anyway, um so yeah, she's getting it bad. She's got 1.2 million followers. Yeah, I don't know in what world she thought that this was going to be funny. I don't care if it's a joke or not. I don't care if he was in on it or not. But that's the mind of a 22-year-old these days.
Hi, Amira.
What it
Hey,
do?
it's Amara. I'm glad you're here.
Why?
Yeah, you'll find out in a minute. Anyway, um, so yeah, Amira, what you've walked in on is this 22-year-old girl was dancing over her 85-year-old boyfriend's hospital bed, saying, "I made it into the will," and was dancing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He takes me to Cartier. I take him to Pound Town.
He looks
I mean,
traumatized.
He looks
let's call
euphoric.
a spade, guys. A kept woman or a sugar baby is essentially a whore. They have sex with guys who provide them with material goods in return. That's the entire thing. It's a business transaction. They don't actually care about each other.
Don't you do the same thing though?
No,
You
I don't
you
get
haven't
paid.
whored yourself out to half the women in Wyoming.
Probably more than half, but I didn't get paid, so
And you're not a good businessman.
wasn't about business.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't.
It was about business.
And how old was one of your conquests? Like 92?
I can honestly say I have not dipped my toes in nonagenarian waters.
Oh, okay. But yeah. So I want to do something right quick. I'm gonna jump out of order a bit because we have the world famous Exile Lioness with us, and we always appreciate when she's here. So before I show this, I received a private message on Twitter yesterday, and a certain concerned citizen asked me what was my New Year's resolution, and I said something that is probably never going to happen. And he said, "What?" And I said, my New Year's resolution is to get Amira to call me her Habibi." And I just said it because I was like, she's never gonna do that. She'll email her hand to slap me, before that happens. Well, that person sends me this and says, look at a minute and 41 seconds. Or a minute and 42 seconds.
Okay. We are only supposed to be here for a little bit, okay? So forgive me, Habibis.
Boom.
Okay, all right. You know what? I gotta go. I got stuff to do. I got stuff to do right now.
Thank you, Suka.
I'm busy.
Thank you,
I'm busy.
Suka. So yeah, Suka, he messaged me because I think he figured that I didn't catch it, and he's like, "Hey, you might want to go back to last night's video." And I was like, "Why?" And he said, "Check at around a minute and 43 seconds." So I went back on there, and I just started laughing.
Are you having fun? Are you having fun?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
You look like you're having fun.
Thank you for calling me your Habibi. That really means a lot to me.
You know what?
Yeah, I
Can
know
you
what
get
he's
to
a
your
nice
show?
guy.
Can you start your show? I came for your show. Go.
We did. We've already started.
No,
Okay,
this is not a part of the show. This is
Amira, it's literally on the program.
Samael. Can you do something?
Yeah.
and
Like
you
it's
notice
Bentley
that,
now.
and I gave Suka a heads up. I said, "Hey, I'm going to put this on there," which is why he's not here right now.
Suka doesn't care. He's not scared of me. That's the problem.
Yo, okay.
We're all having fun, Amir.
Well,
So your guys' fun is at my expense, is what you're saying. All
no,
the time.
We
what
have
I'm
fun at
saying
our
is,
expenses too.
what I'm saying is, after I made reference to me telling you what he said, he then started talking about his life being in danger.
He doesn't care about me. If he did, he wouldn't be making all those videos about me.
He made that last one for you for your birthday because you cared, and it
How
hurt.
is that?
And it hurt his feelings.
How is
It
that
hurt,
a present to me?
it hurt his feelings that you didn't even acknowledge that he did it. He put a lot of work into that video. Now the last
Hurt
half
his
of it,
feelings? Okay.
I didn't know he was gonna put that on there, but he put it was a good video. You even had me and Carrie. Um, uh, we were seat belted in the back. Scared for our lives. in the video?
You know, he makes me look like I can't drive, which is completely untrue. If I couldn't drive, I would listen.
I'm listening.
At least make me look good in the video. At least make me look like a person who is a law-abiding citizen of these great United States.
Yeah,
Haven't
that
you
video
watched
did
our
not do
news?
that.
Haven't you watched our news the last 25 years? It wouldn't be enjoyable.
Seriously.
But I will move us to the next article. So this one, now I admit I have not read it. I have not read it at all. I'm a mortuary technician. Here's a creepy truth about what we do to your organs after you die.
I mean,
So
so there's a fair number of things like when they're disposing of a corpse, they got to remove stuff, or they've got like extra parts or whatever. A lot of times they'll melt them down, and they end up getting mixed in with the fill that goes into potholes.
what?
What?
Yeah. If there's like extra crap left over, and a lot of times the organs and stuff, but like, if somebody gets decapitated, sometimes a head will go in there and that kind of thing. And it gets turned into this sort of slurry that gets mixed in with like the asphalt stuff that they fill potholes with in certain cities.
Wait, so how did it get into how did it get into the cement slurry in the first place?
Well, after they melt it down at the hospital morgue or whatever,
Nobody claims the
then it
body.
gets taken to a place where they mix it in with the slurry that gets put into the potholes.
It's
So
basically,
they do that on purpose then.
yeah. It's basically it's bodies that nobody's claimed. Like if you have a loved one that passes away, and the city calls in, you have a certain amount of time. You usually have like maybe like 5 days to claim the body. If you don't claim it, they cremate it. They do whatever they're gonna do with it. And so those bodies that Sam is talking about are probably bodies of people who were not claimed.
Hmm.
Yeah, or pieces that they couldn't identify or whatever, who it belonged to, that kind of thing. Like it's not like whole people usually. Whole people usually, like Larry said, either get cremated or they get buried in like a potter's field or something if they remain unclaimed, that kind of thing. But if they've got extra human waste, human parts lying around that they can't use for science and they can't identify, then they use them for other things. Because it removes them from, clogging up the place with nasty human like rotting stuff. And like I said, you can fill potholes with it and that kind of thing. I mean, it's not just that's in the slurry that they use. I mean, there's obviously gravel and some other stuff in there too. But
Well, obviously.
I just don't see the use of. I guess maybe they just got to do something with it, so they're just like, oh, just mix it with all this stuff just to get rid of it.
Dog food. I hope not. Get a taste for human flesh that way.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want. Your Rottweiler getting a taste for human flesh. So let's see what this lady's saying. So they're all put in a clinical bag back inside your torso. So they take all your vital parts out, put it in a bag, put it back in your torso and your chest cavity and your stomach/abdomen, and you're sutured back up so your brain's not in your head. Wow. So
that's not a new practice. Yeah.
Haley explained the organs are not put back in the original location because once a part is cut out, you can't just shove it back. The mortuary is mortuary.
Like with the what the ancient Egyptians used to do when they'd remove organs before mummification, they'd place them in what they called canopic jars, right?
Yeah.
And the brain, they had to, without cutting open the head, which they didn't do, they actually removed with a hook tool through the nostril and all that. But you can't exactly put that back.
Yeah, well, they scrambled it around and they pulled the brain out through the nostril.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is, how do you get the full brain out through the nostrils? I mean,
piece
do you
by
take
piece.
it piece by piece? Oh.
Yeah. But I'm guessing these days, though, I mean, current hospitals, they probably take the scalp the head open and take the full brain out, and then sew the brain back. Put the skull back on.
I suppose that depends on if they're going for if they want an open casket, they can't exactly like have like a big old scar across the forehead where they took the top
Oh
off.
no, yeah. Then they're doing it Egyptian style. Up your nose,
Yeah.
and out it comes.
If it ain't broke, man.
Where you going, Mira?
Don't worry about it.
Aaron clipped this and make a horror movie out of it, like he did earlier this year.
You
That was
better
pretty
not.
funny.
You see
That
this
first one was pretty good though. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was. It was really good. Oh, by the way, so did Ray? And when I was trying to ask you last night, I didn't realize until just before we came on. So I brushed up against the switch on my new headphones that turned the mic off. That's why you couldn't hear me last night. But I was going to ask you, did Rachel really leave the country, like permanently?
No, she's not gone forever. She left out of shock. She went to Costa Rica.
Well, I mean,
Isn't
I guess
Costa Rica kind of going through something right now? I could have sworn I read
I
it
don't
was.
know. She's probably going through something because she's there, but
Costa Rica is one of the few countries in Central America where you're probably not going to have too much bad happen to you that isn't like from nature or whatever. They've got most of their crime shit under control there, and they're
that's right.
the
They don't
biggest
even
problem they're
really
going to have is illegals from other countries coming into Costa Rica kind of shit, which they don't really allow. So,
Oh, look who's here.
Go
Shadow.
sleep, Shadow. Go sleep.
Well, before he does that, didn't you give him an assignment that he was supposed to complete by now? Didn't you give him until like yesterday to do it?
yeah, kid, did you get someone up the duff yet?
No, at this point, we just need a prospect, and because I can recognize when failure is a miss. At least we can get a prospect. I've lowered the bar so much, but
No, that's not what he was saying 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, Amira, he gave a girl's name, and he said that he had an upcoming date with her.
and so
I mean, that's
Shadow,
progress.
how'd that happen? How'd it go?
Maybe we should shoot the kid a link and let him come on and explain himself.
I mean, if he wants to come on, it's pretty late. He's probably not even going to be here for the whole show.
He needs to go to sleep. That's what he needs to do.
Larry is a liar. How am I a liar? You said it in the freaking chat, kid. Everybody saw it, not just me. That is what you said. That's exactly what you said. That's why myself. It was me and somebody else. We were on a Mirror show before she came on in the chat, giving him pointers. Not seriously. So you're taking after Samuel then?
I mean, his parents better hope not.
Well, it sounds like he is. He's got his own mind. So he's gonna do what he's gonna do. Definitely never said a name. You did say a name. It was like Emily or something like that. I can't remember, but I do remember you mentioning a name. Now, it might not be her real name, but you said a name.
I don't know. Is this like his girlfriend in Canada?
I don't know. She might be his girlfriend from Barbie for all I know. I don't know. But I do
it's just something that younger guys say when when they don't actually have a girlfriend. It's like, I have a girlfriend, but she goes to a different school. You don't know her.
I promise I would never have dropped the name. I'm not saying that the name was real, but you definitely said a name. Now, you didn't say her full name, but I do remember you said a name. Carrie, don't put this on Carrie. Don't put that on Carrie. Carrie's busy right now fighting fires around his neighborhood that don't exist. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Carrie, in case you hear this. Um, well, I'm gonna give a break. And go to the next one. So this next article proves that a woman can make money doing anything. So this lady starts her own business. She's a professional back scratcher. Yeah,
Like one of those like rods with the little hands on them that you can get the
right
lower
there.
back with.
No, she uses her nails. People come in and she scratches their back, and she charges $130 an hour for the scratching using her 3-inch manicured nails, raking them down her client's back, limbs, scalp, and even the insides of their ears. The technique is so euphoric that customers will often drift to sleep or give sounds of ecstasy.
I you could accomplish the same thing by going and paying like a $1.78 for one of those like cheap bamboo back scratchers you can pick up at any tourist shop anywhere in the world.
But the point of it is that they're not doing the work. They're paying somebody else to do it. Now, why they're paying somebody $130 to scratch their back for an hour, I don't know. Well, looky who showed up. Did- but yeah. So
Welcome, Shadow.
so like I said, at Luther's California practice, yeah, of course it's in California. She offers 50-minute sessions for 110. So a 10-minute difference, it will cost you $20.
Clue's got a point. The sticks didn't have tits. That's true.
She's never broken a nail, and it makes me wonder what would she do if she did. We don't scratch chests or bellies. And she turned down a request from one man to have his nipples touched. You have those people with their minds in the gutter. Well,
Duh. Like,
So what is this article that Larry's reading?
this is so anytime that you want to perform any kind of service that involves like actually like touching people or anything, there's always going to be some fucking weirdo out there who, has a fetish about it. That you're never ever going to be able to get away from that 100%. And if what she's doing is providing people with a physical sensation of pleasure, she's going to get more weirdos than your average, like, I don't know, barista.
yeah,
Like
but
if you're a woman. Oh,
just like
sorry.
a lot of women who who go into careers. I mean, I'm not going to call her career sexual, but you see them complaining about the very people who's giving them money, as if it's like they're taking some kind of moral high ground. You're paying people. I mean, you're scratching backs, but it's still sensual touch to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So,
especially lower back tends to be an erogenous zone on a lot of people.
Yeah, you're right.
Or they're very ticklish, which can be very unpleasant.
Yeah. Automated robot massages. But with that being said, welcome, Shadow. So, would you care to explain? Now, I'm not going to make any accusations against you. You're on the panel, right? So, what I'm simply going to ask you is, where are you in your quest to fulfill the duties that our lioness has bestowed upon you?
Taking the punishment because I know I failed.
I don't know that failure. Look, like most things in life,
it's not
right?
even time yet. You still have 3 weeks, and you're gonna just give up. See, that's.
I thought I had. I thought the deal was I had till December. I didn't realize it was till the end of December.
It's the end of the year.
Oh, end of the year. Well, I've got a week.
See, this is your problem. You're lucky I'm getting a phone call. See, this is your problem.
No worry, he'll still be here when you get off that phone. Look, kid, you got about a week. You better
I am safe for another minute.
Okay, well, here's what you need to do. I need you to start watching Luke Casely's shows live. You need to start asking for some advice. Hey, Aaron Laura is in the chat. You might want to talk to Aaron because she's a mod on Lou's channel, and you might want to put your heads together because you're going to Europe, right?
Taipei, which is in Asia, specifically East Asia,
Okay,
opposite side of Eurasia.
okay. Well, look at it this way. Look at it this way, right? You're going to a different land, different cultures. The chances of you meeting somebody that you're going to click with is much higher over there than it is here.
Miristat has established they must be Aryan. A10 eyes, blonde hair.
Then
So
you better
that's not going to work.
then you better hop a connecting flight. You better to Germany or somewhere. Preferably someplace where the government is not falling apart. So stay out of France. I guess you got to stay out of the government Germany now for for the time being.
I think Afghanistan's government's working fine.
No, they're actually their Taliban is actually in process of reversing all of the promises that they made to the women. So they're going back to business as usual. You might want to ask Amira if she will settle for you dating an Arab woman.
I suppose that depends on if the Arab woman is Muslim or not, because they tend to be insular with their marriages and whatnot, and they don't really date.
Also, again, I'm going to East Asia, specifically Taipei.
There are Muslims in
which is
East Asia.
Taiwan.
Yes, there are.
Not Arabs. Not Arabs.
But
Larry said
that's
Arab,
fair.
not Muslim.
But listen to what I said earlier. I said you better hop a connecting flight to somewhere else after your trip before you come back here. So you're going to Asia. I understand that she has to be Aryan. I don't know. Tattoo the word Aryan on her arm and bring her back.
Oh, that's gonna go over well in the States. Oh man, that's you're heading to Taipei though, right? Taiwan.
Yes. For
Aaron has
just-
a point.
There is so there is a thing in Asia where in certain countries, and I don't know how true this is of Taiwan specifically, but I think it probably does hold true somewhat there as well, where Asian women do look for virile, seemingly well-to-do, good-looking young men like yourself who are of the Caucasian persuasion, right? That is a thing. Westerners in general, but Caucasians specifically. I know it's a thing in Japan to a degree. It's definitely a thing in the Philippines and Thailand. But so I mean, like if you were to find yourself, wanted to find yourself a little wife and all that, I imagine it probably wouldn't be as difficult there as here.
And you know what you can do? Hang around near like the government bases because you might, America, our military, we have operations going on. You might meet a female soldier over there of the more Aryan persuasion, as Amira put it. Otherwise, option B, you tattoo the word Aryan on her, bring her butt back, and pray for the best.
Yeah, but if you end up in Thailand, dude, just make sure that that's actually a chick.
Yeah, and Amira's eyes ain't so good, so just bring her back, dye her hair blonde, and put some blue contacts in her eyes, and she probably won't know.
You guys realize I'm not on the phone call anymore. I can hear you now.
Yes,
I've known that the entire time.
You guys know that, right?
Sam was
I knew.
Sam was
My
in the
eyes-
private chat telling me what to say.
My eyes are not that bad. I can still see Shadu, and we have a limit, right? We have a limit.
I wasn't the one who was saying to pull the wool over your eyes. That was your employee right there.
That's not what I said. I didn't say pull the wool over her eyes.
You said put the wig on and put the contacts in and all that. I heard you.
That's not what I said. I said to dye her hair blonde and put blue
Whatever.
contacts.
Same thing, same difference. Shadu, you better not.
Yes.
Okay.
I won't.
All right.
Well, then the only thing I can suggest that he does is fly out to Thailand, or Taipei, take a connecting flight to Europe somewhere. I don't take a weekend trip or something.
I mean, There's plenty of blondes in Russia, and I'm pretty sure the mail order bride thing is still a thing.
It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be blonde. It doesn't have to be blonde. I'm just saying.
I thought blonde
prefer-
A10 was one of the. I thought blonde A10 was part of the criteria.
No, it's preferably. I wouldn't mind an ashy brown. I
Hey,
wouldn't
wait a
mind
minute. Aaron Laura's blonde.
redhead. I wouldn't mind a redhead. Aaron, where do you live?
Canada.
Of course, don't they all live in Canada?
No, the Canadians. I mean, push comes to shove, I could always make a very bad life decision and go to the bar either tomorrow night, Friday night next week, Saturday night next week.
Aaron is brown. That's beautiful. Brown is good. See, I don't mind brown, ash brown, light brown, redhead, blonde, dirty blonde, strawberry blonde. No, platinum blonde is okay, but they can look a little weird sometimes.
Yeah.
But,
No, don't worry. I'm not a Targaryen simp. Don't worry.
I mean,
And like Jacob said, no ladyboys.
you know, I kind of hate to put it this way, but white people are really the only phenotype where you get all the colors of the hair.
You get every color. That's right.
That's one of my favorite memes. It's one that'll
Apparently,
pop up on
Zillage.
Twitter every one. What Zillage say?
Apparently, we are.
Are we a hooked up community now?
Yes.
But Amira's right. White people are the only ones where you know they have different flavors. If you actually think about it, I mean,
Different
You kinda
flavors.
are-
Fucking
well, you are-
wild.
you are people of color too.
Oh, yeah, all the colors apparently.
The Caucasian race is the most diverse. So
No, that's
You know
one of
what you
my
oughta
favorite
do?
memes. Or that's one of my favorite racist memes that'll just pop up on my Twitter every once in a while. It'll be like Indians, black hair, like brown eyes, Africans, black hair, brown eyes, Asians, black hair, brown eyes, Europeans, pick a color, and we got it.
Any
As
color.
racist as which I think is really funny.
Yeah.
You know what you ought to do is you ought to go out of your way to save the gingers. There's only a handful of those guys left.
I
Wait a
don't know if I
minute,
carry the recessive. I don't know if I carry the recessive gene. I'd probably be doing just as much damage. Wait, I am part Irish. I should have the gene.
You
No, you
probably
probably
do.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah, don't be surprised if whenever you have a kid that it comes out with red hair. It can happen.
Yeah,
Now I'm
I have the
thinking-
gene. So does my ex-wife. No,
Oh, so your children don't have souls?
Many
No,
Arabs
no.
have it too.
our
because
children
they're-
are children are brunettes. They're not redheads, but they could have been.
Amira's
Are
a
they
red
dark
hair.
brunettes? Are they dark brunettes or like
One of them is darker. One of them is kind of honey brown.
honey brown? Because that's also red. That's also a variation of redhead too. Some of dark browns are variations of red.
Right, but my mother and my sister are full-blown gingers, and so was my mother's father.
Oh wow.
Did you know the Mongols had red hair in their phenotypical makeup? Genghis
so did
Khan was a
Koreans.
redhead.
Yeah, so did
Genghis
Koreans.
Khan was a redhead. Well, the Koreans did get a little bit. The Mongols did come into their peninsula, use flamethrowers, and fuck up their existence. So I'm pretty sure there's a little bit of Mongol in most Koreans.
Well, there's a little bit of Mongol in you. If you want to go that far,
No, they didn't get to Western Europe. The Poles and the Hungarians stopped.
doesn't matter. Look. Here's the thing about Genghis Khan, right? Genghis Khan had so many illegitimate and sometimes aggressively unwanted babies, right? That his genotype has spread to nearly every corner of the earth. I think you have like a 1 in 8,000 chance of not having his genetics somewhere inside you.
I'm fully aware. He wiped out multiple ethnicities and he birthed multiple ethnicities. I'm fully aware of that.
Yeah,
Do you
everybody
remember
on
when
everybody
I
on
did
Earth
mine
has
with
some.
you guys about my DNA test, and I was like, somehow I got Asian in there, like
Yeah.
this small percentage of
It was
Asian.
probably
and somebody
Genghis
else-
Khan.
It was
Yeah,
Genghis.
somebody else like it's probably Genghis Khan. I was like,
Or super
And Amir,
beta
aren't you a redhead?
mature.
You're natural red hair.
not really. I mean, I'm like very dark ginger, but I wouldn't consider myself a redhead.
Still counts, right?
I have a soul, kind of.
Amir is like the 5'10" guy going,
You
I'm
said that at
really
the right
5'11".
Amir, you said it at the
Howdy,
right time.
devil.
Just look who's here to get your soul.
Hey, devil.
That's a
I mean, you can see my roots. My roots are like dark, but they're still like red.
Devil, they're bullying me.
We are
No.
not.
That's
Devil,
why I came.
Oh,
Who do you think was behind it? You think told us to
Sam?
attack you?
I was
No,
my
you know,
my
here-
spidey sense went off. I was all somebody's picking on that little shit. I gotta go help.
Well, look, the kid's doing it to himself. Amira gave him clear orders to get a mate and procreate by the end of this month. He's had a whole year to do it, and he hasn't done
yes, I have.
Yeah, you just need to find yourself that right guy.
I'm not gay. I have relationships with
He
women
better
and
not.
sex with men.
Better not be gay.
it. Well, I have news for you, Shadow. That means you're gay.
Yeah. No, don't worry, Amira. I'm too homophobic to be gay. Wait a minute. Isn't internalized homophobia a sign of
I
being
actually have
homosexual?
something for that.
I will kill you myself if you're gay.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Oh, I was gonna sing it. Damn it! I love that song.
Why-
I love
why
that
you-
song. I love the Guts theme.
If it
We
would have
get
went off,
hit for that every time.
if we would have went off that and you were singing to that song, you would be gay, dude. That we confirmed.
That is Guts' theme. There's nothing gay about that song. Fuck you, Devil.
Look.
Hey, well,
First of all, Shadow, I can't play the whole song because every time we do, I get hit by
Yeah.
some Asian, copyright
Yeah,
claim
Japanese,
that I can't fight. So,
Kentaro Miura. What's the name of the guy? It's the guy who does all the Berserk soundtracks.
as if she's gonna know. She's not. She doesn't watch anime.
Yeah.
Mitsuru
She's
Oshima.
gonna call you what she calls us, a nerd.
Yeah, Mitsuru Oshima. Yeah, I recommend listening to his stuff. He's very good.
it's cool. Zillage got us covered.
Ooh, ooh,
Yeah,
ooh.
thank you, Zillage. Struggle on, struggler.
So I want to ask you guys. I know. You know how we always take little turns and stuff. What do you guys think about what just happened in Syria today? Devil, I don't know if you caught that.
No,
that
that's
they
a
took the
work.
photo?
I'm sure.
It's basically Afghanistan 2.0. Russia took off on Assad and his regime, and the rebels are just overrunning. Like the Syrian army is in full retreat. They're scattering and leaving the country. Assad's family reportedly jumped on a plane headed for Russia, and the Russians are telling the rest of the people. They said, "Hey, we've got certain certain airports open. It's up to you to find a way to get here before those planes take off."
Well, and this is the Islamic State rebels, right? Not the Kurds.
I don't know who.
There are so many rebel groups in Syria. I remember seeing something
Yeah.
about the Islamic State getting some power back, but I also know the Kurds
like-
are
it's
getting
called
kind of
the-
uppity.
I think it's called the Syrian Freedoms. It was a couple of different names, but
Oh,
but they're basically they've destroyed the Assad regime. They're scattering like roaches right now.
When you get right down to it, I don't think it really matters which rebel group it is because they're going to be infighting for decades.
Yeah, Middle East
Overpower.
is gonna Middle East. You know.
Well, not just Middle East, Syria specifically has made war with themselves and everybody around them for 4,000 years. They ain't going to stop now.
Yeah.
Sam brought up an interesting point. Is that Sam was like, I wonder if Trump's meeting with Putin had anything to do with this, because remember, America was running missions in Syria, and then Russia stepped in and threatened Biden and said, "Hey, you better stop coming over here. We're protecting Syria." Well, now Trump is going around meeting with people. He's going to be in France meeting with them. I think he's going somewhere else. And I came across a news report a few days ago that said that Trump and Putin were working together to prevent World War III, and all of a sudden Russia just ups and pulls out of Syria.
No, it surprised me if it was part of a deal to, like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
we'll help you achieve peace over where you're at, but you have to stop backing certain states like Syria.
Okay, so I'm looking at it, and it looks like it's every group seems to be making grounds. You've got the Kurds are doing stuff, the Syrian opposition, the Turkish-backed Syrian opposition. It's just basically everyone is taking advantage of it, from what it looks like. It's not one specific
free
group.
fall.
Yeah. That would be my. It would basically be if ISIS-K, the Northern Alliance, and the not Punjabs, the Pashtuns started killing each other after the U.S. withdrawal. Would be my guess.
Well, see, it seems like I take what you're reading compared to what I was reading pretty much all day today. It sounds like it's like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. It's like they've all banded together to get rid of Assad. And once he's gone, which is imminent, because a lot of his supporters reportedly they're running into neighboring countries. They said any country that's willing to take them, they're running to for cover. So somebody's got to be in charge once he's gone. I mean, that's going to create a power vacuum, which it's pretty much already done it.
Unless they decide that the Western Westphalian nation state is not effective for the the Middle Eastern perspective, and they go back to the whole medieval territorial of we've got guys in this fort, so you pay us taxes perspective of things.
I don't
Nation states
know.
are expensive. Nation states are not very effective if you don't have certain infrastructure.
I know one of them was interviewed, and they said that they were willing to work with anybody and everybody, including Israel.
That might get them killed. I don't know. I'm going to take my 9/11 hat off and put my Peaky Blinders hat on. Wait one.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, if it's more than one group, you might be willing to work with them, but that doesn't mean everybody else is, and you're going to get whatever's left over from what Assad was getting. But I'm wondering if America is going to step in. I'm just wondering if this is about to become another Afghanistan, where
Not
we're
for us.
Unless Congress decides to do something stupid before the inauguration.
well,
I don't know if they can do.
I don't mean in terms
I don't
of-
know if timetable wise that works out, but it's something they might try to do.
Well, I mean, I don't mean in terms of war. I mean as far as going into an area and occupying it and quote unquote trying to stabilize it and bring democracy. Just what our government always says it's doing. So, I mean, it's gonna be pretty interesting. I'm wondering what I'm gonna see when I wake up in the morning.
Is Larry peeking for anyone else, or is that me? Because I just got like RIP headphones users.
I think it might be you.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Let me.
It sounded all right to us.
But you know
Or
what?
to me.
Let me.
Let's ask Amira what she thinks about this.
I don't.
Oh,
I mean, that's fair.
that's fair. It's an answer.
Legitimate answer.
Don't worry, it's politics. Not everyone likes it.
You forget who you're talking to. I think she just doesn't.
I mean,
care about. I think
foreign
Syria.
politics. Foreign affair politics.
Well, I think Syria is to Amira what France is to Sam.
Yeah. Fuck those guys.
And I mean, seeing
something on the other side of the world with minimal cultural influence to care about.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that. It's just that there's always something in the Middle East happening. There's always some, it's dramatic. Drama is Middle East, and Middle East is drama.
Middle East is gonna Middle East. That's what I said.
Yeah, Middle East is going to Middle East. So
I'm not gonna lie. I thought there was a typo when I first saw the news about Aleppo being sieged, because I'm like, didn't that happen like 1,000 years ago? Wasn't that the Crusades? And then I realized,
Yeah.
Wait, that's
Probably happened before then too. Okay, there's certain things that happen over and over and over again. It's really funny though, like kind of on the topic, like Larry brings up the whole me and France thing. The other day he texted me and he's like, "Hey, did you hear about the French government falling?" I was like, "Yep, yesterday." And you see how nobody gives a fuck?
Well, Lepo cares. You better be careful, dude. You've got somebody.
I think Lepo is Canadian, actually, but
He might be French Canadian. Lepo might be French Canadian.
Do you guys want to know why no one cares about like the French government collapsing?
because fuck France.
Well,
why you little British paperboy?
Well, I was gonna say because France is more real than the Easter Bunny, but less real than a tiger.
Okay.
Go to sleep.
That's why no
Go,
one cares.
go,
That's,
go to
that's,
sleep.
that's why no one cares. No, there is a logic to this. There is a line of logic to this.
Okay.
You're starting to sound like Carrie though with that circular. Hey, guess what I'm thinking? Shit.
I'll stop hanging out with him then, at least for a little bit.
He does that shit all the time. Like I love the dude to death, but he'll be like, "Well, you know what I'm talking about," and then he'll just fucking wait and stare at you awkwardly for 5 minutes while you're trying to figure out what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah, and you know
sorry
he's
about
done that
that.
to me, and then be serious, like you really know what he's talking about.
All right. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
Also, Shadows, stay on. I want you guys to see this. A concerned citizen
Okay.
sent this to me. Now, I kept this separate from the regular news because this is a new segment that I'm going to be starting up. You've heard of the X Files. I'm calling it the S Files. The S Files.
And copyright.
The S Files.
Copyright struck.
The S Files stands for Samuel's ex-girlfriend, and this one just got caught.
This again.
So, ladies, here's my warning to you. This is what happens to you when you date this gigolo based in Wyoming, and he dumps
First of all, you're telling people that I date women. I don't date women. I sleep with them, and that's it. I don't
That's
take
even
them out to
worse.
dinner. I don't hang out with them.
He has,
The
That's
conversations
even
are
worse.
very minimal. Some of them,
Larry?
I never even bothered to learn the fucking names.
Larry,
Yeah.
Sam has sex with women and relationships with men. That's how what the situation goes with.
Yeah, that's true. But this one in particular, after a one night stand with the squid, it turned into
Also, she's too young for me.
yeah. Keep telling yourself that she's over
Sam
21.
is a reverse Leonardo DiCaprio. They got to be like 32 before he starts
They
going.
gotta be 58. But no, this one, Sam took an exception to this one, right? And she turned into a hit woman. You know, in fact, she reminds me of Rosario Tejedas, which was it was a movie back, like I think back in the early 2000s, and she was a Colombian hit woman. But this girl is called the Doll, and she was going around. She just shot her ex-boyfriend. She probably looking for Sam, couldn't find him, so she's settling for other guys instead. But here she is. Look at the evil in her eyes. I can't even.
Yeah,
From
can
here,
you zoom
can
in?
see the evil. You know, this is my fear for all of you women out there that come across Samuel. This is the reason why he's called Samuel the Infamous. Look at this. Look at the look in this girl's eyes, if you can see it, and look at him. This is the guy this is the simp that she roped in to help her. Now, I read some of this. She was starting a network. She was starting a network where she was going to have a whole network of female assassins. She was literally starting an assassin guild because of what Sam did to her.
I had nothing to
have
do
a
with
really
this woman. The last time I was with a 23-year-old was like 7 years ago
All right, Bill Clinton.
when I was
Not
in my
have
mid 30s.
Yeah.
I still think this woman, like eye wise, like her eyes, she still looks more sane than a certain representative from New York.
A.O. Seaman.
Yeah, her eyes seem significantly less crazy. This one,
I'd risk it.
Colombian chick.
Those eyes spell murderous intent. That's
Yes,
that thing.
yes, but
It's like
They-
it's like the villain that gets caught at the end of Scooby Doo. She's thinking, "I'm gonna kill you, Samuel, next time."
yes, but a murderer is significantly more sane than a communist.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Isn't the fact she might set fire to you in your own bed kind of make it a little more exciting?
Hey, a little bit, yeah. But
No,
I think let's be honest. Yeah, it's a little bit like the risk factor. Yeah, there's some heightened tension there.
Devil, I know somebody that it actually happened to him. He was dating a Filipina. He broke up with her. And one night he felt a bump on his bed and he woke up. She had climbed up the fire escape and got in. No, she climbed to his window. I'm sorry. He was living in the house by then. He left his window open. She got into the window. She bumped the bed. When he woke up, when he looked up, she was dousing his walls with lighter fluid. She was going to set his house on fire with him in it because he broke up with her.
Well, Hispanics are wild.
She wasn't Hispanic. She was Filipina.
Crazy bitches are wild, dude.
That's just an opportunity. I'd be like, hold on, let's talk this through, baby. Come on, we're sit on the bed.
I could fix her.
Starts using the lighter fluid as lubricant.
If it works, I don't know.
Just takes the bottle of lighter fluid from her, just pours it all over, just like, I'm ready. She lights the match.
To be fair, Lepo, Lorena Bobbitt was kind of a different case. Like, she got beat to shit a bunch by her husband, and she snapped and had enough. I don't think she was crazy to begin with. And as far as I'm concerned, Joey Buttafuoco got exactly what was coming to him.
Yeah, but then he got reattached, and he ended up in a porn movie.
Yeah, usually you guys want to bang the crazy out of a girl. He banged the crazy into the girl. So
with his knuckles sometimes.
Okay. She was perp walked. And it's a female cop, but some of the cops are thinking like, dang, I'd take the chance.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. So she was reportedly in the midst of a career expansion, leading a small cadre of hitmen. So she already had it going, conducting a reign of terror in the region prior to her arrest. So this chick was already going at it. Rodriguez was picked up by police after the July 13th ambush assassination of her ex-boyfriend in a rural area of Colombia known as I don't know what that's called, the Petadelusi, whatever. The femme fatale called her ex Davy Jesus, Davy Jesus, and invited him to meet so the two could supposedly resolve a money dispute. Woo! But the unsuspecting beau was riddled with bullets when two men drove by on a motorcycle, allegedly at the behest of the doll.
I'm gonna have to go down there, pretend to be a lawyer. You want a green card, baby?
Right. Is it Shadow? You probably don't have any idea who Lorena Bobbitt is, huh?
I know Lauren Bobbitt or Bobert.
No, not totally different people.
Yeah,
I assumed.
No, Lorena Bobbitt was a woman who got famous in the early to mid 90s for cutting her husband's penis off with a carving knife and throwing it out a window.
Yeah.
I think she got him drunk, and then she did it.
Well, he was sleeping.
Yeah, he supposedly raped her, and as he was sleeping, she cut his dick off, jumped in the car, drove down the freeway, and threw his dick out on the side of the road.
Yeah, they did find it, and they did reattach it, but
and then he got into porn.
Yeah. He used
it reminds me of one of my favorite jokes from that era. Is like, what did Jeffrey Dahmer say to Lorena Bobbitt? Are you going to eat that?
We used to say, "What's her favorite drink?" Slice.
But to be fair, she took a lot of fucking heat for that and became the punching bag of the media for like 10 fucking years over that shit. And honestly, he had it coming. Like, she did assault him horribly, but it wasn't without cause. And, in the heat of the moment when something just makes you snap like that, I think it was totally fucking justified. And I think a lot of the shit she took after that and a lot of the jokes and stuff were probably unjustified. But that whole Jeffrey Dahmer joke, that's still fucking hilarious. You got this look of confusion on your face, kid.
I was on Twitter trying to tune out the sensation. I have an overactive imagination, so.
Oh, so you're thinking about having your dick cut off now?
He's looking up that chart of crazy to hot. The crazy hot chart.
I'm just on Twitter. I'm just on Twitter and I'm getting annoyed. There's too many damn thirst traps. I wish there was Krakoon on here. There's too many thirst traps.
Well, close the fucking window.
No, I don't want to. I refuse.
You're on a live stream. Put it away.
Okay, fine. I'll
Alright.
put the fucking porn away.
So one of the things that that we put on here, and this will be the last thing that after this we have we can do the holiday fails if you guys want. We can show that list, or we can go straight into Monsters Ball. Monsters Ball is happening regardless. But so Devil, before you came on, I was telling Sam that we were both waiting for this movie to come out, Crackcoon, and I went and looked at the IMDb, and it actually shows like a series of photos that are actually shows you the film from beginning to end, like literally the credits, everything, so you can kind of see, what's happening, right? So
Yeah,
of
I'm
course
still
that's
listening.
I guess that's the opening of it, right? And you got some old, crappy looking people, or I don't know what's going on with this dude. You can look at his eyeball. He ain't getting no sleep or something. And then you have one of Sam's other ex-girlfriends.
No, my
And
friends have their own teeth.
Was Sam just romantically involved with anything possessed of double X chromosomes?
It's cute that you think that romance has anything to do with what I do.
Let me rephrase. Is it insinuated that Sam has had sexual intercourse with anything that has a double X chromosome?
Yeah, that's what Larry's trying to say. Yes, it's of course untrue. If it were true, I would be knee deep in pussy right this second and not doing live streams.
Sam,
So you'd have fucked Devil at some point.
He's restraining just enough not to get a girl pregnant, and he's probably succeeded. No telling, he's probably succeeded, and he just hasn't been told. Anyway, so this lady's dead. The cop looks bewildered. There you go, Sam.
I'm not going to apologize for liking women.
Nobody's asking you to.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
this
she's
is what it
definitely
is.
your type. She's definitely your type, Sam.
It's amazing that you think that you know what my type is.
I do, because you've told me. You told me what your type is.
Yeah,
anything
women.
Anything that's female and breathing.
And of age. And
of age,
not,
of course.
Yeah.
Of course, I wouldn't talk about that.
So octopi are on the table.
Sam is a kid for cougars. You know, I'm like a cougar's age, right? They're not really cougars for me.
They're just of age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody but you, they're not MILFs. They're the dating pool.
Right? Like it's
Jimmy
one of those
Carter.
things. Like, one of the reasons that, like, if I were to get into that kind of thing, it's like, people are like, oh yeah, you're really into MILFs. It's like, no, I'm into women my own age.
Hey, doesn't this guy look
Those-
like
so-
Village? If Village was like 89 years old.
Wild.
Oh man. Okay. See, she's got her teeth. She's got all her teeth, Sam. I think.
Yeah, just the ones you can see. But she's also on crack, so I doubt it. The ones in the back are probably all fucked up.
Boom.
Well, you just get that extra gum action. That's what you're looking for.
I mean,
anyway.
at the very least, I'm sure her dealers popped her in the mouth at least once. So
Okay, I don't know what's going on with that dude. I don't know
he's
what
on
that's
crack.
about.
He has my
It's
eyes.
his eyes, though, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
he's
what?
the-
That's just they just use cheap fucking cameras for this.
Bro, what the fuck happened to her?
Dude, he kind of looks like a white version of the Mexican dude in fucking Predator 2. The Scorpios is waiting. Right? Like, he's kind of creepy, fucked up eyes and fucked up teeth.
Oh, what do you mean? That just looks like a high college student.
It's in Tennessee, maybe.
Not
So
here.
this girl-
Not here.
So this girl, evidently, you can look at the smile and happiness in her face. So she hasn't met Sam yet.
Man, dude, Orange just thinks you have sex with every woman and just messes them up.
Oh, I know.
Yes, we've established this. We have Sam is being bullied by Larry over this.
No, I've had plenty of the dude has called me out of breath because he just hopped out of a married woman's window. So I'm just
I
calling.
walked out the front
If she
door. Thank
wasn't
you.
married, he wouldn't have to hop out the window now, would he?
Also, that's a bit of slander too, because I don't mess with married chicks. I'm not a home wrecker.
So there's the raccoon.
That's a bear.
He's
That's the
beefy.
raccoon.
That's a fucking
Is that a
Wookiee.
dude
That's
in a
damn-
fucking raccoon furry outfit? What the fuck is
Did
that?
they
man?
put like a midget in a raccoon suit? Is that how they got that kind of like pear shape?
Larry, is this a porno?
No,
Larry, are you just revealing your kinks? Is this a porno?
No.
It's 50-50. That's Dermy.
Why is
That's
Jeremy and Larry?
Hey, you know what? If you because we can't show the trailer because it's got music and stuff. So I don't want to risk I risk us getting hit with a copyright strike. But this is the scene where I was telling Sam when they're talking about how they got the cocaine and they're like, "What do we do? I don't know. Should we throw the crack out? Yes, get rid of it." That's how they're talking in the car. Him and the driver. But that damn sure looks like Dermy from the back. Cop cars. Yeah, that's Dermy. Like after he's lost a lot of weight. And another angry cop. And another angry cop. And there's the raccoon again. He's eating the drugs. He's eating the drugs.
He's eating the drug.
Crack.
He's eating the crack. Eat the crack. Eat the crack.
Sam's would-be ex next to one of Sam's exes next to Dermy.
Dermy's ex.
Are you suggesting that that Dermy gets my trickle down cast offs?
Is
What
that
I'm
how
saying is
triple down
Dermy will
economics
take-
work?
Because that's
What I'm saying is Dermy would take anything while he's thinking about NOMI.
Are you guys familiar with the concept of trickle down banging?
No, because I don't do it.
I
That's like,
understand trickle down economics. I'm assuming it's similar.
Yeah, essentially. Go watch Blue Mountain State if you haven't. It's explained very well there.
Yeah, if Sam's having a ton of sex, at some point one of them might, in like her upset that he doesn't call her, might sleep with you, dude. There's your trickle down.
Yeah. Well, this girl in particular, Sam would definitely date her or do what he normally does. Shadow, I think you'd have a shot. Devil, I think you'd have a shot too.
You know what's funny is the older I get, the less attracted I am to women with tattoos.
What's wrong with you?
It just,
Are
I
you
don't know
kidding?
why. I couldn't tell you why. It's not even like a conservative
Sam
thing.
is-
It's just as I get older, the more attracted
Oh.
I am to women who
No,
don't have
see,
tattoos.
I
Not
can-
me, man.
See, hold on. I can answer this actually, Sam. I can answer this. It's not that you're getting older, it's that everyone else is getting more immature. More and more tattoos are being associated with certain levels of immaturity, and you want to date someone and you want to have relations with someone who is not immature. So when you see
Well, right.
tattoos and you associate them with immaturity, the tattoo is a
Would-
sign of immaturity.
To a degree, I would agree with you on that, but like I can't get too judgy about it because obviously my ex-wife has tattoos. Most of my ex-girlfriends have had tattoos. I have
Right.
tattoos. Everybody in my fucking family has tattoos except my mother. You know,
Right?
like
But
tattoos
you've
are
also-
just
you-
kind of part of my culture. They always have been.
Right.
Correct.
Howdy, Mr. Grant Gregory.
What's
Hey,
up,
Grant, good to
Grant?
see you.
Hail.
Okay.
But I mean, Sam, you've established that you don't even like learn their names. So I imagine if you learn someone's personality, that's going to override the first assumption of tattoo immature. Whereas
To be fair,
you don't learn the personality.
to be fair, that's mostly lately, like, you know, since my divorce. Like prior to that, you know, prior to marriage, you know, I was pretty studious about like remembering names and, you know, like being a
Yeah.
good stand-up dude. But I went a little crazy after my wife
What's
left
he
me.
doing to that raccoon?
Hey,
It looks like that
Is he-
raccoon's doing something to him.
Yeah, the
is he
rack.
fucking Afghani? Is he a fucking Afghan?
No,
What is he doing to that
no.
goat? Wait,
In the
that's a
trailer-
raccoon, not a goat. Okay. That's
In
a
the
raccoon, not a
trailer,
goat. My
the
bad.
raccoon jumps onto him, and does that.
Who trained the raccoon to do blowjobs?
No teeth, Tammy. No teeth.
Okay, and then of course there's Sam's would-be ex. It's Dermy with his ex. Crackoon's at it again.
There's
That just-
Shadows X.
That looks like a badly rendered werewolf.
Who you-
That does not look
Who
like
you
a
calling my ex? Who are you calling
That's
my
a
ex?
hopped up on crack.
Hey, look, it's Dermy
Oh.
primed and ready to go.
Mouth open and everything. You're just waiting for the entry. And here it comes.
It's gonna get some of that fur burger.
That's Sam's current girlfriend.
Okay, hold on. The earlier chick with the tattoo, that's how she looks when you're drunk. That is when you sober up. She was a hot chick with tattoos earlier. No.
Beer goggles are a real thing.
Yep.
Also, the alcohol put the tattoo on her shoulder.
Let's see.
It does that
Dermy,
sometimes.
not Dermy. Sorry,
People
Devil
praying-
knows from experience.
People praying for their lives. Yeah. Not sure who that is.
Playing patty
That's
cakes.
patty cakes.
Seriously. Damn
Playing
hippies
patty
in the
cake.
wood playing
Oh.
patty cake. Kill him, raccoon, please.
Uh-oh. Yeah, well, it looks like he's about to. He's above them in the trees. Now that looks like skinny Dermy. He looks like a skinny Dermy. Ugh.
Dermy's not able to touch Bibles. It's like me.
This is Village. This is that movie that we've been talking about for friggin'
Crack
ages
Foods.
coming out. Apparently, it has come out. So I'm going to go watch it, despite the fact that that Larry is spoiling the crap out of it for us.
Hey,
Looks like utter dog shit.
Look at how high he is.
Oh yeah, he's out of it.
I want a fucking stuffed animal of that son of a bitch. I don't know why.
Larry, you're not beating the allegations that this is your gay furry porn. Like that, that there's nothing that I've seen from this that makes me think otherwise.
That's okay.
All of them's Village.
Dermy's in the movie, man, so it's gonna have some gatum in it.
The problem
Anyway,
is
look
they're having the Crackoon kill all these people when obviously because of the crack he would just be robbing them and taking it to a pawn store. I mean, come on. This
He's
chick would
pulling-
wake
He
up
does
and all
that
the shit
anyway.
be gone.
That's
He
true.
does that
You know,
anyway.
I gotta admit too that you gotta give these filmmakers props for getting Dermy to slim down for the role.
Yeah. Ugh.
I love that
Was
shot.
this bef-
I'm gonna do something with
bef-
that shot. It's gonna be a thumbnail at some point.
What, this one?
No, the one just
no,
before
the,
this.
the crazy raccoon.
That one right there.
That's Sam's next tattoo right there on his
Yep.
back, full back, crazy crack
And
raccoon.
she's pissed off. She got a phone call from Sam.
What
I
do
don't
you
even
mean you're
know.
not coming back? What?
Ugh.
Dude, is he eating his ass?
Yep.
Looks like it.
Oh my god, dude, raccoons.
Again, as established, this is Larry's gay furry porn.
Well, there's some precedent for this in nature. A lot of predatorial type animals, especially those that are feline and related to felines, will start with the ass cheeks first because that meat spoils fastest.
Yeah, they will.
The ass cheeks and the eyeballs, and then everything else gets like stashed
Any
away
woman-
and tenderized for a while.
Any
Look, I can
woman
see
that ages will tell you the ass goes first.
And that's the end of the movie. Rosario Rezo, whatever, Justin, Gary Lee Vincent, whoever else.
Yeah, let's go watch the movie, folks. I'm gonna. We can talk about it after. It'll be great.
All right.
You know,
Um,
watch
I
that
still
and
need-
watch Slaughterhouse.
I still need to watch Velocipaster.
Okay.
You're stuck on
Now-
that one movie. I like that movie, but it's not the only bad movie out there, Shadow.
There's also that mosquito Nazi killer guy thing.
There are more bad movies than there are Hollywood AAA movies. You got to get get past that shit, dude.
All right, so now we are moving to the main event. Devil, since you created the musical score in the intro video, would you like to do the honors of hitting that beat from Monsters Ball?
I didn't create it.
I thought you did.
No, I
that was a channel called Mad Tracker, whose link is in the description below.
Oh, yeah, that's
for
right.
anybody who's interested.
That's right. Well, that's
Yeah.
right. I forgot
I
about
found
that.
it.
stole it.
I find it.
Yep.
Well,
Devil
Devil,
just stole it.
if you'd like to just go ahead and hit the intro for that.
Let me get where did you put it? Is it towards
Should
the
be no, it should be towards the top. It's like 4 down, I think, right after the outro.
Oh, I see.
This is
Okay.
why-
I was
is
looking
why
at the
you
bottom. I'm like, I don't see it. Okay.
All righty. So tonight's main event, folks, is Krampus versus Marvel's very own Mephisto. Two demons going at it.
It's Mephisto.
Mephisto is Satan,
Yeah.
like
He
full
is
on
neat.
dimensional Satan. Like can change the past based on like he's pretty much Doctor Strange is the only one who's ever like come out on top against him, and only just.
And normally it's probably because he's outsmarted him. Mephisto is a very he created the Ghost Rider. The Ghost Rider, you know, the flames go. He created the Ghost Rider. Johnny Blaze used to work for him. And he fused and he put the Ghost Rider spirit inside him. But Mephisto is one of the premier antagonists of Marvel Comics. I haven't seen him involved in a lot of stuff lately, but this guy is no joke. He has tortured the people, the likes of like the Silver Surfer, for example. But
yeah,
here's the thing: the only thing that you're wrong about is Mephisto is not Lucifer.
No, he's the stand-in for that. When they created Mephisto, it was because they didn't want to just say Satan in the comic books.
Right. So
he just does identity theft from this guy right here.
Pretty much.
The most recent example of Mephisto like meddling around in comics that I'm aware of was like one of the single worst Spider-Man storylines ever written, called Brand New Day, where Peter and Mary Jane make a deal with the devil that essentially erases that they were ever together and that anybody ever knew about them. All that stuff that they did in No Way Home with Doctor Strange, like removing the memories of everybody from who knew about Peter Parker from their minds as Spider-Man. Mephisto did that in this comic book, and it was a shit storyline. But he does have the power to brainwash basically reality.
Gotcha. I mean, he's been name dropped in. I'm currently reading Savage Avengers. He's been mentioned in that. He might show up later in that. I don't know where that relates into the.
Are you aware of who Trigon is in DC?
Oh, yeah, I know who Trigon is.
Okay, so this is Trigon, but with style.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mephisto is Marvel's Trigon.
Gotcha. Where's his hot goth daughter?
That's
Ghost Rider.
His goth son is called Blackheart.
Yeah.
Okay, devil, you can have him. I'm not gay.
Yeah, and if you think Mephisto looks scary, Blackheart looks worse.
You're about to get Mephisto, you son of a bitch. I ain't gay.
No, I'm not.
I'm talking shit.
He's gonna Mephist you.
Mephisting.
Yeah.
Not happening.
It's fisting pride. Damn, blindy. Anyway, so this guy has been, as you look down, this is just a small list of people that he's messed with. The Silver Surfer, Thor, Doctor Doom, Ghost Rider, Norman and Harry Osborn, Doctor Strange, Hell Lords, Darkoff, the Beyonder. And this is what shocks me, because the Beyonder is one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe. The only person more powerful than him is the One Above All, who's basically God. And the One Above All is one of the creators of I don't know if it's Marvel itself, or that like he helped Stan Lee, or if he was a creator of one of the comics. I can't remember. But the fact that he's able to go toe to toe with the Beyonder, that says a lot. Franklin Richards, I mean, this guy is, Franklin Richards can create galaxies
Yeah.
in the palm of his hand and complete with people living in it.
Isn't he a mutant and yeah, he's Omega
Yeah.
level, like beyond Omega level?
Yeah,
He
he's
can
like
literally change reality.
Yeah, he's like celestial level. I mean, the guy is unreasonably powerful.
Sounds like discount Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, but no.
Yes and no. First of all, Dr. Manhattan was only appeared in Watchmen as a deconstruction of superhero shit because Alan Moore fucking hates superheroes, right?
Yes, I know.
So that's not a real comparison at all.
I just love the first thing that comes into Shadow's mind is a big naked blue dude.
Yeah.
You know
what Dr. Manhattan
is?
Dr. Manhattan is Alan Moore's Saitama. It's a ridiculous parody. It's not like a serious thing to be considered in any other circumstance.
I mean, I would agree if I didn't believe in death of the author.
Yeah, I don't think that matters in this case because first
I
of all,
think
Alan Moore's not dead.
Well, not like the literal death of the author, but he tried to make a point and he failed to make that point. Therefore, his point is invalid.
Still a joke.
Why are you ruining this for me, Shadow? We're talking about a devil figure, and you just got to come in here and just fuck shit up.
Because Sam pays me $50 an hour to ruin things. And
why are you ruining this for me? But
money.
I want to play that meme.
Mixed up there, kid. It's 50 cents.
I want to play the meme from freaking The Office where it's all, "Why are you the way you are?"
Abandonment issues and a desk falling on my head. That's the answer.
Look, this guy is no joke. I mean, that's his face.
Yeah.
I mean, that the photo that you see, like even the one I just showed, this isn't even his most scariest looks. That's how he looks. But man, I mean, that's a simple drawing compared to some of them that I've seen. I've seen some drawings of Mephisto that would just have. Here's Devil's version of him.
Why is he gay?
He's not gay. He's called Devil gay.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. Just because the dude knows how to dress well doesn't make him gay, kid.
Hey, he looks flamboyant.
Why? Because it's red?
A little bit.
He's drinking souls. He's drinking souls.
Oh, those are souls? I thought that was tomato juice. That's less gay.
I hate you.
Jesus Christ.
But anyway, so but yeah, no,
I'm gonna drown you like an unwanted baby.
Oh,
hey,
oh wow!
My parents tried. It didn't work.
It just didn't take, huh?
Oh no, it didn't. Just like God tried to kill me when I came out of the womb. Umbilical cord didn't do it. Parents tried water. That didn't do it. Took a licking, kept on ticking.
Okay.
They didn't try hard enough.
Anyhow.
Anyway, so as you can see his attributes. So his fighting skills is 2. But here's the thing. Mephisto don't have to fight. Mephisto knows all kinds of magic and stuff like that just because they're rating him based off of the times that he's gotten into physical fights. It's not how he operates. But all of his other skills are 7s. And the Marvel Strength grid maxes out at 7. This guy is as powerful as it gets at his level. But yeah, he's got super strength. Here's the stats: super strength, super speed. So he can lift in excess of 100 tons. That puts him in Thor territory, possibly Hulk territory, Sentry territory, Blue Mark. That puts him right up there with them. So he's physically very powerful.
Well, even with guys like the Sentry, who's Marvel's Superman, essentially, right? Like, what good is his immense powers if Mephisto can just wish him into hard vacuum?
Yeah. Well, yeah. He can survive that though. Well, he can survive that. That's the thing.
Sure, but that's just an example of like why he doesn't have to fight. He never has to get his hands on
Yeah.
anybody because
Yeah, he doesn't have
it's all
Yeah, he doesn't have to. That's why I laugh when I see the whole fighting skills too. He doesn't have to.
Damn it, old blindy. Damn it, old blindy.
And vulnerability. The tissues on his body are similar in appearance to humans, are considerably tougher and more. He's a demon, of course.
Mhm.
He's immortal. He can regenerate. He has magic. He can augment his physical strength, levitation, teleportation, project mystical energy and force blast, invisibility. I mean, he can pretty much do whatever he wants. Dream walking. He can invade the dreams of others to torture them. Energy. I mean, just look at all this. Hellfire generation. Hellfire breath. Fire. I mean, illusions. This is this guy. I mean, look how this is all powers that he has.
Mhm.
He can grant powers. Reality warping.
Krampus stomps.
He's immune to of course he's immune to death to what's his face's penance there because he doesn't have a soul. Cosmic awareness. He can look into the infinite alternate realities of the multiverse at will. Medium awareness. I mean, avatar creation. He can use the vermin he controlled to form an avatar for himself. Highly skilled liar.
Oh,
Well,
sorry,
I think I think though Mephisto's OP, right? He just is. He's OP as fuck.
Against Krampus, whose only power is kidnapping children. So this is supposed to be me versus Shadow.
Pretty much. Now
kidnap children.
Well, here's the thing though. Mephisto does have weaknesses. It says, despite his immense power, Mephisto does have several significant limitations. He is unable to force the subjugation of any sentient being's will to his own without the being's deliberate submission. Likewise, he cannot make the same kind of deal with the same person he has done before. Moreover, Mephisto cannot directly affect beings from other realities, as he cannot harm the Norman Osborn from Earth 441 whatever by claiming he was outside his jurisdiction. He is also incapable of reading the thoughts of any sentient being. Mephisto's powers are linked with his extra dimensional realm, so he's like Dormammu in that aspect, and his powers rapidly decrease the longer he is away from his realm. As a result, he typically uses or manipulates others to performing whatever plan he has in mind, which is why I said, he gets others to do stuff for him. Despite continuously trying to get any noble soul to his realm and possession, he must need to corrupt them first, otherwise he himself will be, ironically, injured in the process. In fact, in the event that Mephisto is usurped from his position, incapacitated, or even destroyed to the point of being unable to reestablish all his mystical actions, including his deals with their victims, begin to crumble and fall apart. This also seems to apply to other victims, as their agreements will also lose effect and break if their deaths were not predetermined in terms of the pact they are established with Mephisto. So there's the hook for him.
Sure, but if I understand it right, like if he comes to Earth, right, he's got all his powers when he comes to Earth, but they do, as you said, they rapidly diminish. But if he's destroyed while on Earth, he doesn't die. He just goes back home and gets all his shit back.
Yeah, he's like a hive god from Destiny.
Yeah.
Before they were gay.
Okay. So we've got him. Now, let's hit up Krampus, shall we?
Krampus stomps, no diff.
At first I was going to do Krampus versus Black Pete, and I was going to give Black Pete, like, his powers were going to be black privilege and DEI, but I figured that wasn't going to be enough. You're laughing, but I'm serious. I was seriously going to do that.
Who's Black Pete?
Look it up later, kid.
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
Hold on. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't here last week. Black Pete.
So,
he's gonna get porn.
No, I got a Wikipedia page. Why is that man in blackface?
He's not. It's a
he's
cultural
cosplaying.
thing.
He's cos.
It's a
I know.
person dressed up as him.
Yeah, he's dressed up as Black Pete. He's cosplaying as Black Pete. Black Pete, the creator of Black Pete, the author that created him, he's supposed to be patterned after the Moors, which is why he's black.
Gotcha.
He's Santa's brother. He's the one who takes care of the naughty kids. They don't get coal in Holland. They get snatched.
Ah, gotcha. So he's discount Krampus.
No, he's the basis for the Krampus story, actually.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So
In
he's
some places, they're the same thing. They're interchangeable.
So he's original Krampus, and then Krampus is Next Generation or DS9, depending on which you prefer.
This Krampus is the upgrade.
Ah, he's Homelander.
Pretty much. I think he's Palpatine after the electricity got pushed back and tore up his face. So, but Krampus is also known as the Christmas demon and the shadow of Saint Nicholas, and is the main antagonist of the Christmas comedy horror film Krampus, which was funny, by the way, when that kid did that last grandstand thinking that he was gonna tug on Krampus's heartstring. That's not fair. And Krampus just looked at him and was like, "Just get in the black."
I hated how Krampus looked in that. Like the face of him looks like some stroked out dude. It's not what I was expecting. It wasn't.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it.
What were you expecting? He was German.
I don't know. The way it turned out, I was like, dude, he's fucking had a stroke. This is just a guy fucking.
Devil.
We call the ambulance.
Devil, ordering something in German sounds like you're speaking Relayan, okay? Like, the scariest thing to a German is just another German person. No?
No. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
I'll go to the naughty corner. I'll go to...
See, he knows when he's fucked up. He knows he did wrong.
Speaking of naughty corner, that lioness was. I knew she wasn't coming back when she said she would be back. Probably had something to do with that phone call.
Probably went to sleep. I don't blame her.
She probably went out.
It's 20 minutes past midnight for me. I should really be asleep.
Well, if you gotta go, you gotta go.
I didn't say I have to go. I said I should be asleep.
Okay. Well,
All right, moving on.
So, Devil, what do you know about Krampus?
Just that he beats kids with a branch, sticks them in a bag if they've been bad. It's kind of become more popular in the past 8 years. I've seen him in a couple different shows, represented in a couple different shows. So, but otherwise, no, I don't know too much.
So, in some places, the story isn't so much just a branch; it's actually a fascia that he beats kids with.
I thought it was a shillelagh or something.
No,
I
it's
love
like
shillelagh.
it's always depicted as like a branch with like I can't remember if it's supposed to be holly or whatever, but he just whoops on him.
It's a switch, essentially.
Yeah, essentially, it's supposed to be. Yeah.
I also know a bunch of American.
Is he beating the naughty out of him?
It's like most of those things. It's like the boogeyman. It's, parents come up with something that's going to scare kids. So yeah, he gives you the switch and then he sticks you in a bag and takes you away if you don't do what you're supposed to do. Just like all things parents tell kids.
Yeah. I also know in Austria there's like some kind of like Krampus festival and a bunch of American Christians get butthurt every time it happens.
Yeah, you can't have the Anti-Claus running around. That's very not PC and modern.
Yeah.
Well, they specifically whine about it because it's like, this is demonic. No, it's
yes,
Krampus.
That's the point.
I would also push back on the idea of Krampus being demonic. Devil's demonic. Krampus is just an entity. He's not necessarily related to the hell from my understanding.
Yeah. It doesn't have to. It's not about hell. It's about good and evil, right? Santa Claus is a representation of good. His counterbalance is Krampus.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, most Christians just have their fucking underwear wedged up their ass about everything.
Unironically, there's a reason why I say modern Christians are cringe AF. I say that as an extremist.
Okay. Well, moving right along. But no, Sam was right. Krampus deals with the wicked, Santa deals with the good. Right?
Mhm.
So let's get a look at his powers. Christmas entity physiology. I have no idea what that is. Let's check.
Oh, he's magic. You know,
Yeah,
like how else would a fat man be able to squeeze down every chimney in the world, right? He's magic.
Or he's got a lot of small slave labor in the form of
that
elves.
Santa. Hey, that Santa looks super strong though. That don't look like no fat. That Santa looks like he looks like a Marvel hero or something. I'm
Right,
super
but he can
Santa.
still get through the chimney, which entails the magic. And actually, Shadow, in some traditions, Santa himself is an elf.
Yeah,
He's
Shadow.
he's Dalseed.
I don't know what that means.
Isn't Dalseed the Irish fairy things that inspired elves?
You know, there are elves in more than just Gaelic lore, right?
I do now.
Moving on. So he has beast folk. He's got all these physiologies that I guess are attached to his physical looks. Toy manipulation, magic, toy attacks, cryomancy because he can control ice and blizzards and stuff like that. Cryoscience, okay. Holiday lordship, the pagan holiday of Krampus, whatever. Boogeyman physiology. Let's see. Sin detection, wish granting, claws, black magic.
His abilities are disciplinary skills. That's fucking hilarious.
LOL.
I'm pretty sure we've
That's when he knocked that kid
established.
down. Look, that's when he knocked that kid down in hell at the end.
I'm pretty much we've established that he can't stand up to Mephisto even a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna push back on this. I'm gonna push back
put
on
him
this.
in
I think he
timeout.
could. I think Krampus could dominate Mephisto easily.
You've
What,
been
with a
saying that,
strap
but I
on?
don't believe you.
With a
Okay,
strap
no, I
on?
actually have a line of logic using DC Comics.
Mephisto's not in
realize-
DC.
Mephisto's in Marvel.
Is Krampus in Marvel?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to use Santa. Santa can challenge and survive against Darkseid. Darkseid is an entity that supersedes multiversal concerns.
Yeah,
Krampus is
but
mirrored in Santa. Ergo, Krampus has the same ability to resist Darkseid, and I imagine Darkseid could take out
yeah, but
Mephisto.
if you're gonna
Krampus
bring
wins.
DC into it, man, Lobo eviscerated Santa Claus.
He beat Superman too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Mm.
you know, and I'm pretty sure that Mephisto could deal with Lobo pretty easily.
If he could not if Lobo could beat Santa. But to be fair, there are police officers who arrested Darkseid, so
You should probably
maybe
read
you do
that.
have a point.
You should probably read that comic book though. The Easter Bunny takes a hit out on Santa and hires Lobo to do it.
Yeah.
What?
He has a bag of demonic toys and a possessed gingerbread man.
This feels really unbalanced. My memeing aside, this feels like Larry was like, I'm gonna pick my favorite character. Let me pick something that's got no chance in hell.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I tried to balance it out because I know that Mephisto can remember he has limits. So if he's going up against Krampus, now Krampus attacks on not New Year's Eve, on Christmas Eve. So let's assume that it's Christmas Eve during this fight.
So is it Christmas Eve in Mephisto's home dimension too? Then
we can do that. I mean, a day is a day, I guess.
What if Mephisto's Jewish and he doesn't celebrate Christmas, so it doesn't happen in his home dimension?
If Mephisto's Satan, then Satan hates Jews, so Mephisto would just kill himself. Anyway,
Oh, he's an atheist.
If he was Jewish, he would just. Anyway, moving along. You made me forget
I'm
my
sorry,
thought.
Larry. I'm sorry.
You made me forget my thought.
I'm sorry.
We have to remember that it's all about location because if Mephisto's outside of his dimension, time's not on his side. Krampus isn't getting weaker. And if Mephisto's out too long, Krampus will eventually have an advantage on him because he's going to get weaker. Now he's not going to completely destroy him, but I mean these guys, they both know magic, so Krampus may not be able to do everything Mephisto can do, but he's not limited like Mephisto is, where Mephisto has to make deals with people and stuff and try to corrupt them in order to get to be able to use his power on them. Krampus doesn't have to do that.
Right, but that doesn't mean Mephisto can't find someone else to make a deal with him to deal with Krampus.
No. Or use
Good
some
luck.
kind of bullshit. Or
Good
use some
luck
kind
with-
of bullshit power to find where he's hiding, and then
Good
just
luck with them
appear
trying
there.
to kill Krampus.
They don't have to kill him. They could just banish him to fucking Pluto.
But he
Yeah,
knows
'cause,
black
like, all it-
magic. But he knows black magic too, so he can always come back. He can zap himself right back.
Does
That's what I'm saying. This is a
Does-
this is a tougher fight than it looks.
does he
Depending
have
on
a
the
feat that says? Does he have a feat that says he doesn't require oxygen? Because all Mephisto needs to do is like get him screaming and then just teleport him into the vacuum of
he's a
space.
demonic
He's exhaling.
shadow.
He's
Shadow.
exhale-
He's a demonic entity. He doesn't need air. That's what I said.
What if
On his face it looks simple, but this is a bit more of an involved fight than it looks. It's kind of like that one we had the what was it, the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers versus wherever that other one was.
I don't know that I
Mephisto-
agree. I think that just because Krampus has access to magic doesn't mean he has access to the same magic or even the same level of magic that Mephisto does, who's been around since creation.
Okay,
What if he
doesn't mean that he doesn't either.
What if he teleports Krampus like right next to the sun, and then he just gets like sucked into a solar like flare or something?
I mean, Blaney makes a point. Maybe Mephisto's just the baddest of boys, and he's got to get
Yeah.
spanking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you know
what
what? And that's the other thing.
Mm.
And that's the other thing is that Mephisto is wicked. So wouldn't that devil?
Yes, legit
Do you
was.
think that would kind of give him some kind of power advantage?
No.
I mean, to be fair, when Krampus is hunting his opposition, he does seem to be like able to defy the laws of physics, and just like he's able to teleport stuff in and like teleport around and do a bunch of wacky shit. So, I mean, if he soul marks Mephisto, if he goes deep into Mephisto like he did that child and marks him for torment, then maybe.
Did you just say if he
Well-
goes deep into him?
Yeah, he did.
Yes.
What's wrong with you, dude?
I've been hanging out with you guys.
So on that same token, though, like that could
Oh,
go the other
okay.
way too, because like
Look,
keep in
here's-
mind that the demon that infests Ghost Rider answers to Mephisto. All he's got to do is point him in that direction. Say
Well,
there's
look.
a soul that is in need of dealing
Hold
with.
on. Here's a greater explanation of his powers: curse inducement, dark arts, evil sense, fear inducement, holiday magic, which is probably limited to the holidays, so you can scratch that out. Hyper climbing, wall crawling, punishment, winter magic, night vision, tormentor, tricksters, rare powers, demigod. Okay. Soul trapping, toy manipulation, underground manipulation, winter. So a lot of his powers is based off the cold. And Mephisto's, his, a lot of his magic has to deal with fire. So it's literally it's a song of ice and fire. it's ice versus
Not a good series.
Except this
Yeah,
will have an ending.
Hey! A Song of Ice and Fire will have an ending upon George
No,
R.
it
R.
won't.
Martin dying in the Yes, it will.
No, it won't.
There is too
No, it won't.
much money to be made. There is too much money
Yeah.
to be made.
I guarantee he writes it into his will that nobody is to touch his shit ad infinitum.
I did not consider that. I hate Sam. Why do you do this to people?
There will never be an ending to A Song of Ice and Fire. It won't happen.
I will. Well, I mean, there is one. They used AI to predict it. They used AI to make one.
Yeah,
there's
but
just
it
not
wasn't written
official.
by
It's
J.R.R.
not
Martin.
official.
He's never going to complete the book
Jay?
series, dude.
J.R.R. Martin or George?
I don't know. He stole the RR from fucking Tolkien.
Yeah, he did.
I saw that epic rap battles as well.
It was a good one.
So okay, so my question is at this point, who wins? Now that we have a greater understanding, a bit more of an understanding of these two, who wins? Is it Mephisto or is it Krampus?
Clearly Mephisto.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I've been described as discount lofty pixels, so I'll say Krampus, so I can be the contrarian.
Well, it's not about contrarian, man. It's like what you genuinely think. If you really think Krampus is going to win, definitely say so. But
I think if he's like one of his abilities is like, because we know he like went after one specific victim. If his stuff is like he can basically mark a target and then just do whatever he wants to that target, there's no way to stop him, then I think Mephisto's locked it, like taken out. But if it's not like he's got that like divine, for lack of a better, like basically, as long as there's two approaches to it. If Krampus has like full magical, you can't fucking stop me authority whenever he goes after someone, then he's locked in. If his powers aren't that good, then probably even if he like traps Mephisto would probably just break out of the prison cell and then do mean things to Krampus's corpse. It just comes. We haven't seen Krampus fight anything beyond scared children, so there's not really any good comparison.
that's true.
Yeah.
It's like trying to say that like Starfleet stands a chance against the Expanse. We've never seen Starfleet handle nukes, whereas we've seen the Rocinante deal with nukes. So, yeah, I might have gotten those ones backwards. Actually, now that I think about it.
Okay, so I've been going back and looking at both. I have to go with Mephisto. It even says that he's that even if he, let's say Krampus goes to shoot his winter powers or ice beams or whatever, Mephisto's his heat rays are so hot that he can even melt Mjolnir.
Yeah, which is made of space moon rock called Uru or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even from Earth.
Yeah. So
it's dwarven.
Yeah, so he can even melt that. It said he can melt Iceman. And then you figure the fact that he's invulnerable, he can turn invisible. I mean, he's invulnerable, immortal. He can regenerate.
He can hang out in the back of fucking Krampus's mind if he wants to.
Yeah. So yeah, I have to go with Mephisto on this one. But it would have to be quick. If the fight's in Mephisto's realm, yeah, it's over before it even starts.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're out, Mephisto's gonna have to get to work. He's gonna have to get to work on Krampus and make that quick. Otherwise, if he plays around, it'll be like Goku versus Frieza in Dragon Ball Z. He was playing around with Goku, and next thing he knows, Goku's a Super Saiyan and he's getting his butt handed to him. So because he was playing around with him.
What's a Goku?
See, don't you all hate him as much as I do?
Well, I actually hate Dragon Ball Z, so I'm with the kid on this, but I know who Goku is, so I'm a step above.
Yeah.
Goku's a person.
So I'm guessing. So I think we're for the most part we're in a consensus that Mephisto takes this one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right, Mephisto it is. With that said, folks, thank you for joining us. It is time to do the round robin. Devil, would you like to push anything?
Yeah, here in a little under a half an hour, the new time for the pub, we're starting at 11. So hopefully more people can watch and more people can come on, not have to stay up so late. And then on Tuesday, we are doing Get Ranked. We are doing animated Disney movie list. Last year, we did the live action Christmas movies, and so this year we're doing the animated Christmas movies list. And check out the new show when it finally gets up. Me and the guys were working our asses off on it, called Make Me a Sandwich. It's a satirical kind of comedy thing, almost like how the Man Show used to be, in the idea of it. So yeah, check it out. And yeah, that's it.
What's Aaron thanking me for?
For the show.
Oh, well, Sam, you guys all contributed to it. But I'll take the credit, Aaron. Thank you. Shadow, you're next.
Number one, I'm the Shadow of the Hawk, and really the only thing going on my end is Xenonaut streams over on my channel.
Wife hunting.
Xenonauts is what?
Wife hunting.
I don't stream that. I don't make content of that, Sam. The only real stuff I can update. I'm waiting on my new mic. I've got Black Friday's great. I've got a new mic on the way. But I won't be making content with it until after I get back from Taipei. There's no point making 1-2 videos and then, I made 1 or 2 videos, but I'm rambling. So yeah, just Xenonauts content over my channel. Xenonauts being a Cold War aliens invading tactical squad shooter thing. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. It's RNG based. I fucking hate it. And random streams where they'll have me. Sam's channel when I've got time. Devil has offered an invitation in the past, though after this stream, I imagine that's been revoked brutally.
You just keep plucking away. You'll find a nice fella.
I hate you. And then, while Amira tolerates me, Linus Exiled, you might find me over there in the chat. And then also, when time allows, Wheezy Pillar, I'm also over there talking the shit, politics, Warhammer, whatever he lets us talk about when he's able to rein in the Hungarian and the old Cav tanker. That's about it.
Good deal.
I thought that was a gun for a second. I'm not gonna lie.
For the
Oh, don't worry, he can't shoot you through
bottle?
the screen.
Aaron, what game?
So,
Wait, what game?
The game,
so-
the Monsters Ball, what we just did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting
Okay, so
sleepy. Sorry, Aaron.
Devil, I saw movement. I saw gunmetal color, and I heard a pop noise, and I'm like, shit, the gun. Is he gonna threaten me with a good time?
Oh,
Since I was
boy.
putting it up to my mouth, if I had a gun, it might be the responsible party.
Right.
Sudoku.
Wow.
You're playing Sudoku. Gotcha.
Oh
Sam,
man.
Sopaku?
Yeah, I guess I'll go first. So here in about 20 minutes, we'll be over on Devil's channel, Beelzebub Hub, for the new and improved logo and thumbnail for Beelzebub. Devil put a lot of work into it. It's fucking awesome. You guys, at the very least, should definitely check out his thumbnail for that, but also stick around for the show because it should be fun. And then tomorrow we'll be back here for Screaming into the Void. I think it's episode 122. So yeah, we're moving right along there. Should have some fun things to talk about, and by fun, I mean the whole world's gone to hell in a handbasket. So the usual. Then you could probably find me and Larry both over on Exiled Lioness 2 if she goes live tomorrow night, which I believe she is planning to do. So we should see you all there. If you're fans of the show, please stop by, that kind of thing. Otherwise, I've got Adam the Renaissance Nerds channel on Monday for Mellow Mondays, and again on Thursday for has he announced this yet, Devil, or should I just keep my trap shut? I think he's announced it, right?
Yeah, I think he has.
Yeah, okay. For a new monthly show called Nerdgasm, where we're going to talk each month he'll have a different sci-fi channel franchise to talk about. The first episode is going to be Stargate, so that'll be pretty fun. And then right back here next Friday for the next Abyssal Musings, episode 109. So thank you all for coming. This has been great. Larry, did you have anything you want to plug before we go?
Yeah. Despite the fact that you already announced where I was going to be before I could actually tell my own business, you guys can catch me in the chat tomorrow if Amira goes on. Thank you, Aaron, for saying thank you. I appreciate it. You can catch me right here next Friday at the same time. And that, I guess I'm trying to think. Do I know 'cause there's so much there's so much that I want to do, and I got so much going on. I'm trying to think of what else is there. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
So you can catch me tomorrow, and you can catch me right here next Friday.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, that said, we're all going to get out of here. Devil and I probably should go piss before we start another stream. So, thanks for coming. Love all y'all, and have a great night. Remember, it could always be worse. It could be raining flaming cobras. Bye.
Toodles.